Maybe. This seems one of those where everybody is a tank. That's fine. Completely, utterly fine. So put this here as well for the time being. Do some buffing once I have some mana set up and all of that. I see we are being power leveled. Oh yeah. Why is this a shadow now? Oh no. No, 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 no. What am I talking about? I just thought this one person wasn't in the group for some reason. Okay, let's do some buffing. Well, did get a Unrest group, which is nice. Which is real nice. What? We are getting power leveled by somebody because there's a... Some of my buff spells are not taking hold on folks. So essentially there is a higher level somebody here. Yep. Or folks have just gotten new buffs from somebody who ran through. That is also a possibility. Druid pulse with harmony is really nice though. Or anyway, pulse. Well, I'm not gonna worry about the buffs then. Gonna try and keep mana up and keep healing. Do have to still say that it is so good to be able to meditate without the bulk taking up the entirety of the screen. That is so very nice. Let's worry about the buffs in just enough to do spirit armor. New armor buff. There's a lot of high elves here. Runes of absorption. What am I absorbing today? Just run cancel magic to free people of their route. So I have a question. Just some random thought. Because I was looking at some weapons and stuff for funsies. So there is this weapon called the Screaming Mace in this game, right? So I have a question. Does it like make a screaming noise when you swing it, or is it more like the thing you are whacking it with make screams then? Or is perhaps, you know, the person who is swinging it, are they screaming? Like, where does this screaming come from? Maybe I don't want to know. It's just something that came in mind. Alright, ever heard it scream? Yeah, kind of thought so. And I was like, I was just thinking of like, why is the whole screaming thing? Because name would have had to come from somewhere, right? Somebody would have had to name it screaming something something. Uh, yeah, eventually I do want to get melee characters up. Because for grouping, aside of this cleric, what I think I would quite enjoy doing for a really big change of pace is to actually pull stuff. Because that's something I have never done in this game. Well, aside, like, I've never done it in any kind of serious fashion. While I was leveling the ranger, and I ended up grouping for a little bit in Crushbone with a druid, I was pulling in there for the druid, obviously. But like for this kind of a situation, is Mogdalov part making this game? Yeah, probably. I mean, the folks who made this kind of based a lot of stuff on Ultima Online. And from what I seem to remember from the later interviews and stuff, they I believe they said that they recreated two things. The very slow recovery pace in the game, as in mana recovery and health recovery, so there is a massive amount of downtime. And the other thing they said was um, The other thing they said was the professions, trade skills. Trade skills. Because as far as I understand it as well, the trade skills, the blacksmithing and everything else was a very, very, very extremely late addition, and they were just hazardly thrown in. And you can kind of tell that they are like all over the place. They were pretty harsh, yeah. At least when it comes to the trade skills. And also, there are some things which they absolutely did in a fashion that, like, is really painful, depending on, yeah, yeah, 10 basic, yeah, exactly. 8 hours to gain 10 skill, yep, yep. And even early on, even the early stuff of like leveling from like 1 to 100 or something can be really painful, depending as well on what. And some of this stuff is also really, really stupidly annoyingly done in the sense that, for example, nobody in Neriok, like if you are trying to level blacksmithing as a dark elf, you can't buy sheet metal. You have to make it, which is another one of those like, okay, well, this stuff is on sale in Freeport, but I would have to level up the quotation with Freeport to be able to buy it there. That sort of stuff. They did it, you know, very differently for Kunark, where you can in Ixor City you can buy absolutely freaking everything. Okay, so opinion piece from you folks out there who are currently watching this live stream for whatever reason you're here for. So I am live streaming at 720p with a pretty high bitrate, like decent bitrate, but the 720p is for the pure express reason that I mean, put it this way, my machine and my internet connection can handle way higher than 720p live stream. The reason I am doing 720p here is because I am not Twitch partner, and considering I live stream almost exclusively EverQuest, the chances of getting enough viewers and so on to actually get Twitch partnered is very low, almost non-existent. I don't see myself live streaming basically anything else for a while because, you see, I enjoy live streaming this. The pacing is relaxing. It allows me to ramble about random things, as you've heard. But to return to the point, instead of rambling, not being Twitch partner means that you find folks who are watching this, you cannot actually select the quality of the stream to watch it. So if somebody watches this with any kind of a worse connection, they can't go like 720p or 480p or anything of the sort. Which is one reason why I've been streaming 720p instead of bumping it up to 1080 or 1440. And so a question here, would you folks prefer if I actually bumped it up to like 1080 at least and increase the bitrate even further to make the stream more, more viewable, let's put it this way, considering modern stuff. Because I play on 1440p stuff generally and so on, but I downscaled the live stream to 720. Although the YouTube videos, which I am recording out of this to put on the live stream recording channel, those are 1440p. But on YouTube, you can obviously select the, whichever quality you want to watch. Because I can look into bumping this to 1080p easily, and even toss the bitrate about the. Don't think equal needs to go really any higher. Yeah, I mean, sort of. Sort of understand that point. But I may consider doing it to an 1080p and maybe bump the bitrate a little. If nothing else, that would make the text even more readable on the screen. It seems like this group is slowly disbanding here. So this might be a sort of a... At least a couple people have left. Let's see if we can keep this going for a little bit longer. It'd be nice to get a little bit more actual like group like going here. May 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 consider the soloing here at some point. Because I should be able to... My only as in... Because undead nuking is a possibility with the cleric as well after all, so... But yeah, I'll look into the whole... Let me check, I will... If I bump the bitrate up a bunch, that will also do something to the quality. I haven't bumped up the bitrate all too much because I know that like if somebody decides to watch this on like a mobile connection or some such, I know the bitrate is what kills them. Yeah, it looks like the group is vanishing here. Well, I suppose I could check if there is anybody doing mammoths in EverQuest and level the ranger there. Or just go and... This guy needs some heal. Yeah, he does. I don't know why he borrowed a goal here to fight it, but oh well. Alright. I never remember that /s doesn't actually use say. It is the short form for splitting goal. Splitting cash, so. Oh, alright. Somebody is switching to a paladin. Well, that means we can keep this going. I don't know if this guy is trying to pull for us or what the heck is going on with them, but... Well, if somebody wants to switch to a paladin, that will definitely make this easier. So now he tells us that he was trying to pull for us. Should I probably have said something? Camping the Ghoulbane? Alright. Awesome stuff. Okay, seems like we're getting more people here. This being the nice part of grouping. Generally find new people into your group. Ghoulbane is something I probably eventually want to camp or something similar, or I just see about buying either a Sword of Skyfire or Green Jade Broadsword. Because eventually I want to level a tank on here in green. And I think it's going to be a paladin. Purely because that's another class I have never ever played. Now granted, it is essentially a derivative of the cleric, which I have played a lot of. But it's still, I mean, it's not exactly a cleric. It is a, it's a. Rusty longsword. Okay, yeah, uh, that has to suck. That has to suck, man. Sorry to hear that. Cool carrion, huh? I think I can just get rid of that. Well, with this kind of group, actually do serious healing. The other possibility I am seriously thinking of is to level Ranger here on green as well. I'm leveling the Ranger on blue for that to be my at least my first character in blue. And I started that particular character because I had never ever played a Ranger before. And I am liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So I'm thinking of like doing Ranger here on green as well, just to have a melee character here. But first I need to, want to get a little bit of cash going, because I don't think I want to do that Ranger fully without twink gear. So get at least, you know, something. At least like a bandit set and bandit set and some kind of a weapon. Yeah, Dirk. Problem with Dragoon Dirk. Yes, doesn't that come out of Crushbone? The problem with getting it by myself is obviously the fact that I would be screwing up Dark Elf factions getting it. I think I'll just make some cash and see if I can buy like a Green Jade Broadsword or a Sword of Skyfire or something along these lines. And also possibly level blacksmithing to make the bandit set. I haven't made the paladin yet anyway, so I don't know what I want to do race-wise and whatnot. I'm honestly thinking it might be high elf paladin, partially because I've never played a high elf. Also never played a half elf, so it could technically be a half elf paladin as well, but high elf paladin seems kind of funky. And I don't believe I need to min-max this game, so oh yeah, let's get rid of that rusty sword. What I still had it in my inventory. Okay. Ringmail visor. Okay, fine. We will sell it. Words of radiance, absorption, none of the words that my magician needs. Which is fine.